morning, everyone, and welcome back to the Adobe XD Daily Creative Challenge. I'm your host, Andrea Hawk, and I will be here for the next 2 weeks. So I'm happy to be back. Welcome to everyone in the chat. Hey, Howard, he said Andrea in the house. Cornell, we've got Rosie, Sam, lots of familiar faces. How's everyone doing? Let me know. I'll be checking the chat throughout the stream today. So if you have any questions about anything I'm doing, just type it on over there on Behance. So this is the brand new start of a whole new set of challenges. So as you know, every 2 weeks we have a new host and a new set of challenges. So I'm very excited to show you guys a sneak peek of kind of what we're going to be working on for the next 2 weeks. Welcome everyone that's just joining. Justin, Janessa, Alice, Pascal, welcome everyone. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and hop on over to behance.net/challenge/XD and we can kind of get started seeing what our challenges are gonna be for the next 2 weeks and what even is the Daily Creative Challenge if you're new here. So let's go ahead and register first of all. So this big blue button, I have not registered yet. So let's just click join us and it'll take you over to Discord, but I'm just gonna stay on this page for now. So if you click that, you'll get notified every day during our challenges in your Creative Cloud up here what the new challenge is. So this will be going from June 8th to June 19th. So today till next Friday. Today is just sort of a welcome day. So just dipping our toes, and tomorrow will be our official first challenge. So this is your homepage where you can just hop on back here if you're not sure what the challenge is or you want to re-watch any of the streams. So you can just scroll on down here. So every day I'll give you a new challenge. This is directly related to XD, of course. And then down here, you'll see right now, all of these are blank, of course, but tomorrow, this will appear and it'll give you a little resource file just to kind of get started if you want to download that. I always provide some of my favorite like links to icons and buttons and where I find my photos and things like that. So if you want to download that, you can, and then it will also have the rewatch button if you missed anything and you want to watch any of those. So tomorrow, the first one will appear. Of course, be sure to join our community chat over on Discord. We've got about 50,000 of you guys over there already, which is crazy. So many. I remember last year it was it was way lower. So it's been growing so much. So I love to see that. And if you guys want to post your work there every day, whether it's just like a screenshot or a link to your work, we've got a bunch of mentors over there who will give you guys feedback if you'd like it on your work. And of course, be sure to watch right here. I'll be live every day at 2 p.m. Pacific. So be sure to keep coming back. And of course, be sure to share your work to get feedback. I'll be one of the mentors over on Discord giving you guys feedback if you want it. And of course, be sure to give feedback to each other if you'd like. Welcome, Dana. We've got Sam, Cornell. Hello, everyone that's just joining. Thanks for coming along here today. All right, so let's go ahead and scroll on down a little bit further and we'll see what's going on. So also, if you want to be notified about any future XD challenges, you can sign up right here. So like I mentioned earlier, every 2 weeks we've got a new host, a new set of challenges, so that will notify you of that. And if you want to join Discord, this is where you can sign up. So it'll take you to this page. I'm already signed in, but it'll ask if you want to create an account or log in if you already do have a Discord. And this is what Discord looks like. Let's pull this up and just I'll give you a rundown of what Discord is and maybe a few of the important channels. So I spent a lot of my time in the current challenge channel right here. So you can see people have been sharing their work. This was from last Friday. And yeah, this one looks cool. If you want to share, this one is an MP4 video or a link to your work on Behance, you can do that. It makes it kind of easy for us to just click over, the mentors to click over and look at your work a little bit bigger instead of just right here. So if you want to do that, or just an MOV file like this, that's totally fine. Or like this one, just a JPEG. So work in progress is totally fine too. And then if you want to see when we're going live for the Creative Challenge, just check up here. Sam will let you guys know every day when we are going live and what the challenge is. So we make it super easy for you. Lots of places to find it. And then if you have any questions, you can post in here, the Ask a Question channel. And then over here on the right side, we've got all of you guys, however many of you guys are online, probably not 50,000 right now, but a lot of you guys. And then you can see what mentors are online by just checking their little, if their little indicator is green or if they've got a moon or whatever. You can also direct message us if you want to send us your work, and what Adobe folks are online. So definitely be sure to kind of explore around in here. It's a really great community. If you have any questions about careers, anything XD or design related, be sure to bring it over here. We'd love to hear what you guys are chatting about. So that is a bit about Discord. Let me close this. So what I kind of want to do today is, one, I want to just give you a rundown of some of my favorite different challenges that I've seen you guys create in the past, just some great examples that I think you could use for inspiration. Also, I'm going to give you a sneak peek of what each day is kind of going to be about. This is not a progressive challenge, so don't feel like if you missed a day, you have to go back and do the other one. They don't like build off of each other. So just each day is going to be a new one. And right now, I want to show you, for those of you that maybe have never opened XD before, let's dive into how to download it and just some basics. So first, how to download it. So we're back on this main homepage here, and all you do, just go on down here to that button, Get XD, and you can choose which plan you want that fits best for you. If you just want to try it out, try the free plan. You can download XD right there. If you're a business, you can try it out that way. Whatever you're feeling. So let's go ahead and open it up. This is kind of the main homepage you'll be seeing when you first open it. So on the left side here, we've got a bunch of links. I'm going to turn down my volume just a second. Like I hear myself super loud in my ear right now. So we got cloud documents. This one is pretty self-explanatory. Anything you've shared like to yourself over Adobe Creative Cloud, saved there as well. And this one is any XD links that someone has shared with you. And if you want to manage any of your other links, like if you've been sharing links with other teams or developers, that will be there and it'll take you to your managed links page. I'm not going to show you that because those are all of mine. But let's go back to the home, and you'll see up here, this one looks pretty similar to like when you first open Photoshop or Illustrator or something. We've got all these different artboard sizes. So if you want to, you can just hit that little caret drop down, and this will bring you just some different phone sizes. Same with tablet, if you want to choose a different tablet size. And then web, we've got a few different options there as well. And you can always just go to custom size. And you can change those once you're already in XD, so don't worry about that. And then some of your recent files will be down here. So super easy to access. All right, so when we go ahead and just open, let's just click on iPhone X. That one's fine. And I'll give you a quick little rundown. If you're kind of new to XD or haven't played around with it before, this is what you'll look at first. So pretty, minimal, and it doesn't look too overwhelming, which I think is, very friendly for someone who's just joining. So over here on the left side, we've got all of our main tools. And some of these you will want to notice that square, circle, and then you can have like a star inside the triangle. So for instance, if I make this triangle, I'll change it to a different color so you can see it a little better. Like from this, you can also start making a star. So just keep in mind that some of these tools might be like extra other tools when you get into the details on this side. And then over here, this is where you can start just creating an artboard. So you can either hit A or artboard, and all of these different sizes will appear over here. And if I just tap one of them, so this is a typical desktop size, 1920 by 1080, it'll appear right here, or you can just tap and start dragging to whatever size you want. And You can always change these afterwards if you want, just by selecting the title up at the top, and then you can just start dragging it around like that. Or if you want to, you can come over here and just manually type in the numbers like that. So let's see, what else? Then over here, these are some important icons as well. So we've got assets, layers, and plugins. I love this little icon. It's like a little Lego for plugins. Very cute. So assets, we're going to be doing some challenges related to specifically like components over here. So this is colors, character styles, and components that you want to be reusing throughout your design. And if you want to search for anything specific, that'll be up here. And then layers, we can either see all of our layers or all of our artboards all at once. That's what we're seeing right now. Or if we've got, like, let me just copy and paste something here. We've got a few layers, you can rename them, drag them around, turn the view on and off and lock them, things like that in the layers panel. And then plugins. So these are some of my favorite plugins. Highly recommend you to explore. You can go up here to plugins and then discover plugins just to see. There's some like curated collections of plugins, editor's choice, popular sketch plugins, essentials. Yeah, so just browse through some of those. And most of these are free, which is awesome. So some of my favorites, I love using Google Sheets. Icons and symbols, use that all the time just to drag in some icons. And like lorem ipsum text, I love this one. So for instance, if you're just like, you want to add some text really quick just to make it look like it's a real prototype, if you just click lorem ipsum and then fill with placeholder text, you can choose if you want like sort of English looking text or Latin. I usually just keep it on lorem ipsum, and then you can select insert text and it will insert some sample text for you. So that one is cool. And you'll notice over here that right now, since I don't have anything selected, this area is sort of grayed out. But when you start selecting certain elements, this area will change depending on what element you have selected. So for instance, when I select the text, we can now see the text, like sizing, what font, center alignment, and all of that. Versus if I select a shape, then we can see like fill color, we can change the amount of points we have on our star, we can change all of these little bits. So it's nice that it hides some of the features, some of these details if you're not using it at that moment. Let's see, up here is all the alignment, so aligned to like top, bottom, and the sides and such. Component states will definitely be playing around because I think that's personally my favorite feature in XD, component states. I love that. So play around with some of those details. And then another thing I want to show you is up here. So let's go back to just the default, which is assets. You'll notice right now we're in the design tab, and that's where you'll be doing most of your designing, using all these tools, the details over here. But if we head on over to prototype tab, now you'll see we've got a whole different set of details over on this right side. So it's grayed out right now, even when I'm selecting something. But if I start dragging and adding interactions, now I'll see some of those details pop up. So we've got the trigger, so you can choose, tap or drag. If it's a voice trigger, what kind of animation you want to add. And then down here is the action, so we can choose auto animate, if it's an overlay, things like that. You can choose your easing and duration. So really a lot of details if you want to get pretty granular. We'll definitely be exploring some auto animate, some of that fun stuff. And another thing I love is, this was in the last release, audio playback. So you can choose if you want to add like some nice little micro interactions, like a little burst of sound or something happening when you've got a little like notification popping up, nice little sound, just other ways to use all of your senses versus just, not hearing anything, just sight and touch if you're using an app. So that one I love. And also you can choose voices. This is something we'll get into on one of the days, but you can choose what voice you want for speech playback, which is kind of funny to play around with. So that is, also share. This one's also super important. So on this tab, you can manage all of your links that you're sharing with developers, project managers. So you can create a link up here or manage the links, give it a title and choose who you're sharing it with. So if it's for developers, then you'll want them to see like all the hex codes and all the height and width that all the elements are. So that one is really useful. And yeah, just play around with some of those other share settings. Super intuitive and cool to see. And then the last thing I want to share in here before we get into the sneaks is up here. We've got this little play button. So you can preview either just like this on your desktop or on your phone. So there's an XD app, mobile app. So if you want to download that and test out your work during these 2 weeks while we're working, you can actually just tap around with it. And it feels a little bit more lifelike if you're doing it that way versus on your laptop, but it's kind of easy on the laptop. So you can also, this is what I do with pretty much all of my designs. I record me like tapping around. Obviously I haven't added any interactions here. This is pretty terrible design. But you'll see that it starts, the numbers start going and it starts, kind of beeping, and then you can stop and it'll save it as an MOV file. So that's kind of nice for if you want to share with specific people on your team, or just like add it to Behance as a really nice, mock-up. So I love that feature. So that in a nutshell is a very quick overview of XD. Next, I wanted to get into some great examples that some of you guys, if you're watching, I have pulled out some of my favorites that I want to share with you guys. Okay, so we can close that one. So this page, this is kind of new. So this is a curated gallery that some Adobe folks, they go through all of the daily creative challenges, and these are a few of their favorites. So maybe you'll be featured on this page. So this is, if you want to kind of follow along with me, this is behance.net/galleries/challenges/XD. So here, if you want to see all the categories, so, Photoshop, Illustrator, and XD, or if you just want to see the XD projects, these are really cool to look at. Like this one from Ed, we did like an augmented reality sort of series, and he had some really cool work. Augmented reality sort of bedroom scene. This one I remember from last year. See, I remember a lot of you guys' challenges because I looked through almost all of these. This one by Anna, this one was so cool. Brain space management, kind of like Neuralink sort of app. And she was just really creative with it, like learning new skills. Like this would be so cool to have in real life. So yeah, you guys always blow me away with some of your ideas, like really, really creative. So if you want to look through some of these, this one was really cool too. Joshua, he had some really cool ones this challenge. So he did like a Space Invaders Apple Watch app. I thought this was so cool. Very fun. Okay, so a few of my favorites. Well, first off, if you also want to follow along with what I'm doing, you can go to my page. I always have like a whole project just for a series of creative challenges. So I'll post like the link to the YouTube video, the replay, and then you can go back and rewatch if you missed something in particular and you want to see exactly what feature or what design we were working on that day. You can see that. And these are some great case studies that I wanted to show. So I just have 3. This one's by Danning Liu, and I think this was Howard's because he was in like a real Animal Crossing kind of designing for a while, and I love this one. So this is Animal Crossing dashboard. Definitely give us an overview of what the project is about. So definitely say, it's an XD Daily Creative Challenge. This is so cute. Some pain points. So pain points from some of the Islanders. This is a game on Switch if you are living under a rock and you don't know what this is. I feel like everyone's been talking about it. I actually don't play this game, but it looks like fun. Anyway, so this is just a great example of a case study if you want to do a whole project, like a whole project on your portfolio just for one day. So, really going into the process of here are my wireframes, here are my design system elements, so like typography, color, some of your icons. And then I always recommend to show a mock-up. So like with that record button that I showed you earlier, showing you actually clicking around some of those interactions, and then just a static PNG. So that's cool. Oh gosh, I'm running out of time because I still want to show you some sneak peeks. Or if you want to do something like what Anastasia did, so she does one whole project for all of the challenges in one. So this is like week 1, we've got the day 1 challenge and describing what the challenge was for that day, and just a quick mock-up. You don't have to go into this much detail like this person did. Super cool. It looks great on your portfolio. But if you just want to share something like this, day 2, designing the landing page for a website and then showing the static PNG of that, that's totally fine too. Okay, so before I lose track totally of time, let's open this kind of preview page. So tomorrow, right here, let me pull this up. So right here in this box, you'll see what the new challenge is, and then you'll see if you want to watch the replay, and you'll be able to download this starter file. So I always provide you guys with a starter file just to kind of follow along with me and get started by yourself. So up here, I'll always say, what day it is, what day on the calendar. Obviously, today's the welcome day. And then right under that, I'll tell you what the actual challenge prompt is. And obviously, everything's grayed out, right? Or blurred out right now because I didn't want to give it away totally. And then I'll show you where in XD's interface that we're going to be focusing on. So for instance, it might be, component states over here, or it might be in the prototype tab, doing auto animate, something like that. So I will give you a new one each day. And then down here, I'll give you some inspiration. And this one I love. This is a little resource booklet I made. And you can tab through each of these little tabs up here. So we've got icons, some of my favorite icon websites that I've kind of curated that I love to go to. Some of them are free, some of them are paid. Just feel free to browse around. Adobe fonts, that's the only one I use, so I couldn't in good conscience recommend something else if I don't really use it. Photos, Unsplash, Adobe Stock, of course, and some websites for tutorials if you need a little bit extra help or you want to go above and beyond and learn something else. So these are some great resources, especially the Let's XD website that Howard made. I love that site. And then down here, I always give you guys some tips and where to share your work. So of course, Behance, Discord, Behance with that keyword XD Daily Challenge. And then at the end of each live stream, the last few minutes, 5 minutes or so, I always review a few of you guys' work from the day before. So if you want a chance to be featured during the live stream, you got to share with that keyword. Okay, so now a few sneak peeks. This doesn't tell you everything, but I wanted to kind of just get you excited about what we're going to be working on this week and next. So some of these things are things that I personally have been doing in my own life. So since, we're socially distancing, me and my husband, and we've been staying at home a lot, this is what we've been doing. Kind of boring. So one, I've been looking into a lot of real estate. We're looking for a house. There's not much out there. So we're going to be doing something with real estate the first day, maybe a website, maybe an app, I don't know. Day 2 will be e-commerce. Been doing a lot of online shopping. It's just something you got to do during quarantine. Day 3, we're going to be doing some kind of design with workout apparel. I have been trying to do some at-home workouts. If anyone has any great links to places you like to find at-home workouts, let me know because I'm running out of them. Day 4, we're going to be doing bill splitting. So like if you're at a restaurant or something and you want to split the bill with your friends, that will be a fun one. And then day 5, we're going to be focusing on an analytics kind of graph. Day 6 will be a news site. Day 7, maybe some of you guys know how much I love my coffee. We'll be doing some sort of coffee design. And day 8 will be weather. And then day 9 will be articles. And I'm just realizing now that I am about out of time. So that was actually a great place to stop. So guys, thank you all so much for joining me today. And don't go anywhere, because in about 5 minutes, we've got our doodle therapy. It sounds really relaxing. I need to join that one. Doodle therapy live stream. And tomorrow at 2 p.m., I will be back again for our very first challenge. So I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.